From the moment we're kids, we're told that buying a house is the ultimate dream. It's the American dream, a symbol of success, stability, and wealth. But what if I told you that for most people, buying a house is actually a terrible financial decision? What if the path to true wealth often involves not owning a home, at least not in the traditional sense? Today, we're ripping apart the myths of home ownership and revealing why renting, smart investing, and strategic thinking can make you significantly richer than chasing that white picket fence. Everyone says, your house is your biggest investment, but is it? An investment is something that generates income or appreciates significantly over time without constant maintenance. Your house doesn't do that. Appreciation is not guaranteed. Real estate doesn't always go up. Just look at 2008. It's an expense generator. Property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs. These are constant drains on your cash flow. A leaky roof, a broken furnace, a re-sodded lawn. These are all your problems and your money. The opportunity cost, that down payment and monthly equity payment could be invested elsewhere, earning much higher, truly passive returns. The mortgage payment is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's talk about the true cost. Property taxes. These go up, often significantly, and never go away. Maintenance and repairs. Budget 1.4% of your home's value every year. That's $4,000, $16,000 on a $400,000 house, just to keep it from falling apart. New roof, HVAC, water heater, appliances, they all have limited lifespans. Interest payments, especially in the early years, almost all of your payment is pure interest. You're effectively paying the bank for the privilege of borrowing a huge sum. Transaction costs. Buying and selling costs up to 10% of the home's value. Realtor fees, closing costs, legal fees. You essentially start 10% in the hole. Many argue, but my mortgage is forced savings. I'm building equity. This is partly true, but it's a very inefficient form of saving. Illiquid. That equity is locked up. You can't access it without selling or taking out a loan. Opportunity cost. Imagine taking that same down payment and the difference in monthly costs between renting and owning and investing it into a diversified index fund. Over 10, 20, 30 years, the power of compound interest can easily outperform the average home appreciation, especially after factoring in all those hidden costs. Lack of diversification. Your entire net worth becomes tied up in one single asset, in one single location. What if that market crashes? Renting gives you an incredible superpower: flexibility, mobility, job opportunity in another city. Boom, you can move. No selling process, no capital gains tax, predictable expenses. Your rent is your rent. The landlord deals with the leaking roof, the broken dishwasher, the rising property taxes. Your financial responsibilities are fixed. Lower upfront cost, no massive down payment needed, freeing up capital to invest aggressively in assets that actually generate wealth. Now, I'm not saying never buy a house. There are specific scenarios where it makes sense. Long-term horizon, 10+ years. If you are absolutely certain you'll be in the same location for a decade or more, the transaction costs spread out. Cash flow positive, investment property. If you're buying a multi-unit property where the rent from tenants covers your mortgage, taxes, and expenses, and still puts cash in your pocket. This is real estate investing, not just home ownership. Lifestyle over pure returns. For some, the emotional value of owning, customizing, and raising a family in their home outweighs a purely financial calculation. And that's okay, but be honest with yourself about that trade-off. Instead of asking, should I buy? Ask, what can I do with the money if I don't buy? Compare the total monthly cost of ownership, PTI plus maintenance, buy an opportunity cost of down payment, with the cost of renting a similar property. If the numbers show that renting allows you to invest significantly more into diversified growth assets, then renting could be your fast track to wealth. Don't fall for the societal pressure. Choose the path that makes you financially free.